finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV. We are now live here today and tonight, if you will, at Eldora Speedway. And tonight, the drivers of Spartan Logistic Management LLC iRacing IROC Challenge Series take the stage from asphalt straight to the dirt. It's Eldora time here tonight for our drivers, presented in part by our good friends over at Spartan Logistics Management LLC, by R&R Racewear, by Loud Pedal Gaming, smashing the loud pedal for your viewing entertainment, by iRacers Lounge Podcast, we talk all things iRacing in a casual setting, and by Evidence-Based Momming, combining science and wellness for thriving families. His work, Samantha Radford, combines science and wellness for moms and their kids to thrive. And now, as you see our drivers driving out here tonight, that means only one thing. That means it's time to start our road, start our show. Here's how we got to this field here tonight. Here is our starting lineup for your series of events here at Eldora Speedway. On the pole, heat number 1 will take stage with Jesse King in the 93, and then as outside, it's going to be the 5, Chris Wally. Row number 2 is going to be Brian McCann. The number 3 is outside. That'll be Eric Dawson, the 87. Final starters in this one, Kyle Bengraff, and the 14 is outside. Doug Wysocki, the number 34. Rounds out your field. All 6 advance to the AA main. Here we go. Heat number 1 rolling out onto the stage, onto the track here now. Field getting ready to present themselves here at Eldora Speedway. Again, the track that many at home, myself included, have been wanting to see run on dirt for quite some time again. And it's good to see that they can get the drivers out here running with the best of them and running with the best of intentions here once more to take a little bit of a fight, a little bit of a shot or two out on the track. Going to be interesting to see who manages the nerves and who manages the trucks better than the other, especially considering how this track can usually play out for some drivers. The outside wall is going to be where most drivers are going to be trying to keep their rear end off of. It's much less keeping it right in between there. That's where the verb is, and that's where the speeds are going to be. But look for drivers to go to the bottom at times and try to sneak their way around and really play a little fight or two off on them. There's a lot of ways to make passes here, and there's a lot of ways to make good charges. But will they be able to do it? Only one way to find out as we get ready to settle them down out of turn 3 and 4 this time by. Back to the green flag we go. First time out for the night. Heat number 1 is coming your way. 10 laps of the distance for the iROC Challenge. Well, out of the gate on the outside, that'll be the number 5 there. Chris Wally trying to march his way across there. Jesse King holds him down off the line to the cage. Down the back straightaway they go into turn 3 and 4, and 93 at Jesse King as the early advantage, while Brian McCann, the number 3, currently wheels and deals to hedge up and fight him on down. Swinging his way right down in, a little slider, bob top to the top of the bottom. Eldora Special, the number 3 of Brian McCann taking it over from number 5, Chris Wally. Wally now swinging his way back into the inside, once more looking to run. That's the problem though with Eldora, you got to be careful about. Sometimes you can get the run, sometimes you can't. It depends all on your matter of consistency and control you present out onto the track. Onboard camera here with Eric Dawson. And the Holler Boys be hollering here tonight. The 87 of Dawson, the only Ford in this field here for the heat number 1. Really trying to keep the gold-crusted State Farm 87 F-150 right into the field as the number 5 Chevrolet Silverado of Chris Wally tries to get back up there with Brian McCann. Jesse King has already taken a solid race lead, as he was one to do back at Knoxville Raceway. Remember, he was really the guy to charge off, really the guy to watch out for when he was running around there. So far, man, right now, it seems like that is the same case here for these drivers, the same case for these situations as they continue to pull through. Field starting to stretch out just a little bit here. It's going to be a little bit harder to get around. Kyle Bengraff at 14, still searching for his first win of the season, has yet to reclaim any of that. Brian McCann, multiple wins to his name. As a matter of fact, the man literally has a whole host of charges and hard racing throughout our events and throughout our season. He's got that season championship sticker still on his crown side on the number 3. 3 laps to go as Jesse King currently continues to absolutely dominate and take full advantage of that top side run. Again, you can just see how well he's holding it up there and holding his line back through. The rest of the field trying to match it, but unfortunately it's just so difficult to keep that truck from oversliding, because again, you only want it to slide out so much from underneath you. That way you can keep the truck on line, keep a nice little great burst of speed to hold off. Down to the final couple laps here right now. White flag pops up here for the number 33, Jesse King. And the King, you might as well call him the King of Eldora, at least in heat number 1 right now, because he is marching this one all the way from the front to the outhouse to the White House. This one is all Jesse King here. He'll win heat number 1 here at Eldora. Close second would be Brian McCann or Chris Wally kind of following in behind. Eric Dawson, Kyle Pendraft following the rear, and Doug Wysocki respectfully in the 6th place spot will start in the very back end of the tail of the field. The number 1 results not going to pop up on your screen here in just a moment. It's presented by Spartan Logistic Management LLC. Here is the results. Jesse King, strong showing from him here. A 3-second gap ahead of Brian McCann. 2nd goes to Chris Wally. 4th to Eric Dotson. And 5th to Kyle Pengraff with Mr. Doug Wysocki coming away 6th to round out your field. Now charge them up. Here we go. It is heat number 2 to the staging area. We're going to have 3 heats here tonight. Your first up is Neil Quick in the heat number 2, with the outside of him being Vincent Short, the 15. Row number 2 is Chris Medford, the 46. The outside, David Tremblay, the 96. Final starter, Brandon Medford, the 83. And his outside, that's Mike Harper, the number 4. Field to staging area, ready to go at it once again. And once more, as per usual, as is the code of conduct, the glitch graphic gremlins have popped in to say hello. As you can see, my overlays are not quite showing what they're supposed to. I guess I'm having all sorts of troubles here tonight. I can't even get them to work right. Alright, well, if they want to play that game, that's alright. We got a game we can play with them. See if we can get that pop up. Nope, that didn't work either. Yeah, not often we have so much troubles with these overlays, folks. I think the first time in a while we've had this kind of issue. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to kind of call the race as I see it here. I'm not going to be able to help you guys out on that one here, unfortunately. There we go. I think we got it fixed now. Alright, going down to the green flag here. I'll find them on down, and we are underway. And right now it looks like our Glitchcraft for Gremlin friends have decided to pop in with a little annoyance or two, because they just completely messed up all my stuff here. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, I think we got it fixed. Yeah, we got it fixed. Alright, so right now, Neil Quick, currently your race leader, Chris Bedford, and Vincent Short trying to hunt him down here. As the field starts to stretch out just a slight bit here, everybody looking for prominence, looking for a little bit of position or two in between. Currently it is Vincent Short, Chris Medford still holding each other down there in the 2nd and 3rd spot. Brandon Medford, the family member in the 83, trying to catch up with them. As you can see right now, currently everybody looking to try to open the doors up, trying to build some speed in between, but no one is getting that run that you've seen earlier with what Jesse King and now even Neil Quick is bringing to the table. Again, these are drivers that know what it takes to run out the field and run out the track better than anybody, in my opinion, and right now they're showing you exactly how to do it. Just basically take that top side up and just go for the run and have a charge or two with it. Vincent Short starting to give a slight opening here now as Brandon Medford giving a little bit of speed built up. Looks like he's trying to catch up with him. Drivers all over the place, kind of smacking and banging that wall around a little bit. Nobody giving an inch here, to say the least. This is what's going to really be the thing that you're going to see a lot of tonight, is everyone just kind of getting up on that high side, burn the track up. The bottom line later on can become a factor, but it's going to take a lot more work than it is right now. As we go to the white flag now, Neil Quick still your race leader, the number 2, with the solid solidarity of the R&R Racewear, has pretty much launched this thing in. Firing them down out of turn 3 into 4. Out of now, Neil Quick wins heat number 2. Solid performance here for him and his crew. Chris Bedford coming around. That gives us a little donut, why not? Ha ha. He sends it straight left, straight right, and gives us a little donut, a little showmanship there, I suppose. Why not? All right, race fans, that was heat number 2 popped out. Now, hopefully, our little graphic friends have our little troubles have fixed up. Here's heat 2's result. Here's heat number 2's results popping up. Neil Quick wins this. Second goes to Chris Medford. Third to Vincent Short. Fourth to Brandon Medford. Fifth to Mike Harper. And then sixth to David Tremblay. Rounds out your top 6 here tonight. Now let's send it down to heat number 3. I believe this is going to be our final heat of the night. Kevin McCann, the 33, starts it up on the pole to his outside Jared Widener in the 88. Road number 2, Tim Schofield, the 12, to his outside Cook Quick, the 54. Road number 3, Dakota Clark, 38, to his outside Aaron Smith, the 2nd, in the final starting of the field. Okay, give me one moment here to get that technical difficulty stretched out. Okay, now we're ready. So Kevin McCann will be a starter on this one. Remember last time out, he had a little bit of a run on his hand to get to the victory lane, but fell just short. The hauler getting into it with some of the hauler boys and getting other drivers kind of caught in the mix of it. It was a wild night to say the least, but nevertheless, everybody was still having a fun time with it. Rile him up on the green flag here. We start him down. Jared Widener will take the outside while McCann will try to rock up on the bottom end. Coming down the back straightaway here. Everybody already firing away, trying to make some maneuvers. Tim Schofield, the number 12, getting a little bit into it there with the 54 Cook Quick. Cook Quick trying to get back on the throttle, back up to him quickly here, while the 88 of Jared Widener continues to just fire it away on the outside. That is the place everybody wants to go to right now and stay up on. They don't want to go anywhere near that bottom lane. That's the racy side of the track here. That's where you're going to build your speed and really bolster your momentum. Tim Schofield right now, the number 12, trying to give a little bit of a bump and run on the wall. You can see sometimes some of these drivers will actually go up into that wall protection, actually kind of use the wall as like a guiding post to help keep the truck on line, kind of give it some more speed and more run. Unfortunately right now though for Widener, he's getting a little too hard on the rear end of that one, and he's letting it slide out too much. Kevin McCann starting to take notice. He's getting a good run off on those corners. You see how straighter he is, and now it's the speed build up. That's what I was talking about earlier on. Take a look at this here. Now McCann has a piece of Widener in his sight. Widener is in trouble here in heat number 3. This could be the opening that McCann was looking for. But just as we reach halfway in the heat now, Widener actually starting to take full shape and advances back on the track. Starting to straighten it out a little bit. The Busch Light 88 is not done yet. He's still got a little bit of work to do though, and a little bit of a playing field to stay out of. Can he keep it going? Can he keep the run getting that shot? Every driver for themselves here now. McCann trying to ride the wall. Oh, big mistake there by Widener coming out of turn 4. Over accelerates and gets the tire spun. You can't spin the tires on dirt. That's one thing you don't want to do. That's why right there he's spinning it too much. McCann gets the door wide open, and like a thief in the night, he sneaks his way into the window and takes what he wants. 2 laps to go here for the 33 of Kevin McCann. Kevin and Brian, those two have been pretty much at odds and equal with one another, really putting on a good fight or two in the show. And right now, Aaron Smith, kind of the surprise this one, I can tell you right now, he's kind of backing off a little bit. He's not charging nearly as hard as everyone else was earlier, being awfully generous here. But again, you know, when we get into that main event, the question will he be able to work his way up to the top and be able to catch up to these guys with 75 laps of the distance? You take my advice, probably. But Kevin McCann here in heat number 3 will win it here. Nicely done for the 33. And the Kevin McCann gaming machine continues to impress. And I gotta believe that one was definitely nice on the eyes for him and his crew there. We'll now progress into a warm-up session. Yes, that is going to be our case here, so we'll go to the warm-up session here in just a minute. But first, let's take a look at our Heat 3 results now. Popping up on your screen. Kevin McCann coming away here with the win. Second going to Jared Widener. Third to Tim Schofield. Fourth to Cook Quick. Fifth to Dakota Clark. And sixth to Aaron Smith. Rounding out your field here tonight. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, do we have a lineup set for you guys here. They are getting ready to go at it now. So right now the field getting ready to burn the track up a little bit more, set it more their way, and really I can tell you one thing they're going to be trying to do more than anything is trying to see where the playing field is going to be, where the track is going to be the best to hit at. Again, with the outside line being burnt up as much as it is right now, the bottom could come into play later. Already a lot of these drivers are still hanging up on that high side, but look at some of the drivers as well. Notice how that rear end, the suspension kind of sliding down from underneath them. And it's really hurting them more than anything. As the field gets ready to stretch this one out, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's a main event time here on PTM Racing TV. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race has been brought to you in part by our good friends over at Spartan Logistics Management LLC, by R&R Racewear, by Loud Pedal Gaming, smashing the loud pedal for your viewing entertainment, by iRacers Lounge Podcast, we talk all things iRacing in a casual setting. And by our good friends over at Evidence-Based Mommy, combining science and wellness for thriving families. It is where Samantha Radford combines science and wellness to help moms and their kids thrive. And with that said, the field is ready. Final seconds left here on the clock here before we get to the race tonight. And there you see the last of it now completed. They will now engage and prepare to do battle now. On to the show. It is that time again, folks. It's that special time. That moment where you know things are about to pick up around here. There they are. You see him ready to go. You see him gritting it in, ready to fire them off. Here we go. On the pole, Jesse King, the 93. It is outside. Neil Quick, the number 2. Row 2, Kevin McCann, the 33. It is outside. Brian McCann in the 3. Row number 3, Chris Mefford in the 46 is outside. Jared Weiner in the 88. Row number 4, Chris Wally in the 5. It is outside. Vincent Short, the 15. Row 5, Tim Schofield, the 12. It is outside. Eric Dawson in the 87. Row 6 is Brandon Mefford, the 83. It is outside. Cook Quick, the 54. Row number 7 is going to be that we'll see Kyle Pengraff in the 14 is outside. Mike Harper in the 4. Row number 8, Dakota Clark, 38 is outside. Doug Wysocki in the 34. Final starter, David Tremblay, the 96 is outside. Aaron Smith in the 70. And race fans, it's time to do it. A main event time here tonight on PTM Racing TV from Eldora Speedway. Under the lights, under the skies, under the night. These drivers come far and away from far distant lands. They come to you to present the show of a lifetime. It's now your Spartan Logistics Management LLC iRacing Challenge Series race number 13. They get ready to get it going here out of turn 3 down into turn 4 this time by let them loose, let them rip. Let's get to it. Here we go. 75 laps to the distance now. They charge their way out of turn 2 here out of the gate. 3 wide, 4 wide, 2 coming out of turn 2 for a brief moment. The 93, Jesse King and Neil Quick gonna fight it out a little hard here. Running down as Kevin McCann tries to sneak his way on the bottom end of the stretch here by Neil Quick. He's got a run. He's got a seam down there. He's finding the momentum. He's got the run coming off the corners now. He's got the outside line dialed in. He's going to charge his way ahead. Fielding a tight close corner battle here and writing him on down. Right here. This one's going to be the one thing you got to watch out for is when they get a little bit harder on the throttle and really start to put them up close and personal and see which one has the advantage over the other. That was the one thing I talked about many times here and I've really been keeping a very close eye on, and they're doing it again right now as Neil Quick has got the run on the outside, but the problem is Jesse King is starting to actually get a little snooker in there, starting to pull a little bit of momentum off on him, trying to sneak out ahead. Vincent Short, the 15, not doing much of the same. Hoping to hang on there. Jared Weiner in the 88 goes top, bottom, south, looking for a run, but you can see slowing down both guys here as they are a little all over the place trying to corner him down here. Yellow flag is out already. And it appears Jesse King might be having a little bit of problem down there. Big damage there for the for that number 93 machine here. We'll take a look at the PTM instant replay and see what happened to him. See what transpired here. Looks like he might have got caught off guard there a little bit by the glitchographic gremlins. Watch this coming down in turn 3 and 4, and this is where you've got to be very, very careful not to jam your truck down in. Spins it right out and gets kind of caught off in there. Look at this, the right side. Look at those wheels. They are turned straight and right. He could not get them turned around. Wheel jammed in, steering completely broke for a minute. Really had to muscle that thing out of there. You might as well have said he had no power steering whatsoever. That takes a lot of work. And the field now stretched back in. First caution of our night here in the A main. It's going to be interesting to see how they play out there and how everything fixes up. Here we go now. We'll get them all squared away here and looking to try and find a little bit more momentum. Coming down around out of turn 3 and 4. Didn't find by. Green flag is back on now, and already you can see a little bit of movement down on the bottom end of the spectrum here. Kevin McCann looking to sneak his way ahead of member Brian. And the McCann boys are already on the hunt. They're trying to knock down Neil Quick from his podium spot here. Well, they have enough time to get ahead, though. You got a whole host of drivers looking to do it as well. Down on the inside there, Tim Schofield at number 12 trying to pull up a little bit of speed, a little bit of momentum, and possibly pull them down in. Every driver for themselves here, no one giving an inch or giving any chances here. They only want what's best, and that is to survive and conquer. Oh, as I say that, problems down there for Chris Mefford. The 46 goes for a ride down in turn 2. And Chris Mefford, unfortunately, not able to get that truck straightened out, realigned. Unfortunately, goes for the tumble and a fumble, and a spin she goes. Let's take a look at the PTM Instant replay from another angle here. You can see right as they come around that corner, watch this. He gets a little too hard on the throttle. And with Widener kind of giving him the old lump tap, he's already spinning out. He's already in trouble. He knew he couldn't save it. Driver stretched back around, back into position now. Everybody looking to get fired back away. Second caution of the day here. Unfortunately, in the A main. Neil Quick right now currently just holding the field down and making its way to possibly another victory. Boy, did he have a show last week. They're coming out on the track here, having a battle and a half here. For those at home as well that are curious to know why that 5 of Chris Wally saw him earlier on is completely blue and not what he's supposed to be, do not worry. It's nothing on our end. What it is unfortunately is we had an update here just a couple days ago, and unfortunately iRacing still hasn't quite got it all cleared out and fixed up just yet. So be well aware, it's nothing any of us can do. It's really iRacing just being iRacing. The drink faints is kind of giving us a bit of a headache on that. Well, speaking of giving a headache or two, Neil Quick apparently is getting a headache with having to try to be anywhere near these guys. He gets a good run off the start, but there's a little prop for him. He ends up driving a little too much up on the corner. He ends up setting it straight into the middle. Couldn't get a good run off into turn 1, and Kevin McCann makes it pay for it. Straight to the bottom end comes the number 33. Kevin McCann Gaming now looking to possibly make a few runs out of here. Oh, we got a pile up on turn 4. Little pile up there in the corner. 4 trucks involved. Looks like 5 maybe. Aaron Smith, Brandon Mefford, Dakota Clark, Cook Quick, and Vincent Short all involved. That warrants a caution, and that warrants another look at the PTM Instant Replay. Let's take a look from our chopper cam here. We're going to take a very close look at this one. Watch very carefully as they start to really pile their way around. Everybody looking for positions, looking for a way to jockey around one another. And this is the trouble. They're going to fight all day long. It's just not wanting to overdrive it into everybody and getting all over the place. You see the 70? Yeah, Aaron Smith. Usually, you never see Aaron Smith make mistakes. That was a mistake. I can't remember the last time I really seen him make a mistake like that. That looked like either he just overdrove it slightly or maybe the truck just did not steer in the way he was hoping for and it would not come back around. But that's not something you usually see a guy like him do. See him really having to work that wheel and really steer it in, but right there you see he just overdrives it on the bottom. He kind of drifts up slightly, gets it in there, and everybody else is kind of piling up behind him. What a tough break for the number 70 as well as everybody else in the crew. If you may be hearing a little bit of clicking, by the way, don't worry. That's just my new mouse and keyboard I got going on. Finally going wireless around here, so at least we can now control everything a little bit easier. So feel back on hand, ready to get back to the action here. Everybody looking to jockey into position. The McCann boys are right there with Neil Quick. Quick, though, is currently still being the quickest of them. Needs to hold his line down and hold him off. Eric Dawson not out of the woods yet either. He has a shot at possibly taking over a few positions. Marching their way around out of turn 4. And just once again, they'll get a good run off on the start. Pile their way around out of turn 2 here. A little 3 wide slew battle in action. Tim Schofield, Brandon Memphis, and Eric Dawson all on that one. As Jared Widener sneaks his way 4 positions up. He is now hard charging it ahead. 3 wide slew out of turn 4. Every driver for themselves here for second. While the rest of the field tries to get a little bit of speed built in. Aaron Smith. Well, B, that 70 does not seem to hold back when it comes to catching back up to these guys. He's already digging down on the bottom, but he's got to be careful. Remember last time he was up there, he ended up sending it a little too much. He seems to got it figured out there. Chris Wally continues to fight him out up on the bottom on the front straightaway. Down out of turn 2 now. Kevin McCann's going to have a little bit of a finger pedal to bush strike. 88 of Jared Widener able to hold him down, but wait a minute. Eric Dawson, the 87 State Farm, crashing in on the backstretch. Trouble and a caution. And the madness just continues to keep striking down on us here at Eldora Speedway. Taking our look at it. Yeah, came right around unfortunately there and ended up getting into a bit of a pickle there. Dawson is okay. He'll be able to refire. He got to refire and back out on the track here. He's going to let the damage stay on that truck there, but a bit of a tough break there to say the least. Just a heads up as well for everybody at home, if you haven't already, this race will be up on our YouTube end following tonight. So if you guys do want to help support us and help show around the show to your friends and family that couldn't see us tonight, well, tune on into YouTube and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to there, as well as like and follow us up here on our Facebook end as well. Ready to hammer down once again. Everybody trying to get settled back in. Looks like we're heading off from our stage break there. That was that is the stage. Remember remember folks at home as well, keep track of score. In the stages, you do win points and you do earn a little bit of help for that. So if you get these, if you can win the stage, depending on which stage you're in, you'll end up getting a nice little bonus, a little bit of a points balance for yourself and your team. And right now tonight, of course, our bonus points for those stages, top 1 will be the first 5, second getting 4, and the third getting 3. And then of course in top 3 in stage 2, 10, 8, and 6 for them respectively. And then the main thing is win this race, you get 3, you get the pole, you get 2, which qualifying wise, that would go. Of course, that would go to Mr. Jesse King, the 93, so he's already secured a nice little set of 2 points. Hasn't led a lap just yet. Brian McCann and him will have a little bit of an argument on who's going to get that out of the gate here, so we'll see. Yeah, possibly he may be able to get it figured out here and get a little bit of a shot at taking that home, but Brian McCann will start the field on the outside. To the green we go. Stage 1 complete, now on stage 2.
I like about these Spartan Logistics Management LLC iRacing series guys is they always know how to really fight each other and really make sure they know each other all too well. They've never really made too many mistakes or silly mistakes all that often. They're more or less kind of focused on seeing who will get the better of the other and who will make sure that they can get the better runs off the two. Usually you see them running on the asphalt ends, but again, with this iRoc series, you don't get an easy pass on running anything but just the asphalt. You gotta run a little dirt or two. And to me, if you ask me, if anything, dirt is the ultimate challenge and it's the ultimate hardship because it mixes into two things that fans love, but at the same time, drivers can get very, very annoyed and frustrated about short track racing and trying to take care of your equipment. Because these things will get badly damaged and they will get harder to control as time goes on. Because again, it's one of those things you're driving over a ton of track. These things weighing in over a ton in the weight department, and they also have a lot of heavier artillery that really has to work around in the steering department. You saw earlier on where Aaron Smith was really having to swing it right, left, just to get the thing to turn in and stay straight. That's exactly what they're going to have to deal with on these kind of surfaces and these kind of runs. And that's why it just makes it so hard to make any moves around here as Chris Wally goes for a little alley-oop ahead out of turn 4. Trouble there for him. And the number 5, unfortunately, having some problems down there as we've seen earlier on. These guys just continuing to struggle from a spinner, keeping out from a little crash out. One little look at it here, you see him coming out of turn 3 and 4. You see Vincent just kind of dropping down a little bit, making the 5 kind of spin out in between. And the old caution lights had to pop on back up. The driver is somewhat regulated out and stretched back in. So field will march their way back into position once again, race fans, and I got a feeling right now if you're a 93 at Justin King, you know Brian McCann's little secret. He's going to try and gun you off the start. But just about ready to reach halfway point as well, so that might be the advantage that he's been looking for. He may have a shot at this. David Tremblay is going to get his lucky dog, though, in the 96 and get ahead of the folks. Field marching their way around out of turn 3 and 4. Back to the action we go. And McCann decides to go to the bottom lane this time to start him off. Here we go. I'm not sure it may have been the smartest move to start bottom and then try to work back up to the top, but seems to have it kind of figured out because this King, the 93, is going to be able to get up there but not able to pass. Looks like that is starting to burn up a bit, maybe becoming a little bit harder to run off of. Caution back out, caution back out. We got troubles again. Chris Wally once more involved in this one. He is not alone though. Brandon Medford is also in this collision course. So let's take a look here at this one. See right here, came out of turn 2, and you can see Medford's already crashed in. Not really sure where that started from. For that driver there in the old 83, but I think we're going to take a look at it here from this angle. That's why I got cameras all over the place around here. Here's what happened. Brandon was right up there with the front pack to the half, and you see Travis McCann already marched his way in, but Vincent Short gave him the old love tap, and he was already spun on out and nowhere to go. You got nowhere to go, well, what are you supposed to do? There's not much you can do, really. That soft brake there once again there as the field stretches back up, piling back in, piling back down. Right back on the attack, back to the action. Once more, we're off and running, and now Chris Medford, the number 46, going to have a little thing or say about up front because he's already making a charge up there. Going to be interesting to see if maybe he's able to hold it down, give himself a little bit of an opening or two to strike in while the iron is hot. Kevin McCann gaming though, number 33, he's already eyeing that front end of the pack, trying to get back up there with the race field. Whoa! And the 46 was like, wait a minute, what are you doing over here? Oh, he's gonna get a little more bumping. Back and forth, a little bumping and banging. That's dirt track racing for you, but watch out for that 70 Aaron Smith. I told you to watch out for him when he comes up, but we got a caution once more. Tim Schofield crashed in inside pit road. Wait, how did he get like that? What kind of parallel parking is this around here? I don't even realize you can parallel park here at Eldora. Well, let's take a look at the replay. Here's what happened coming out of turn 3, and yeah, you gotta give credit to Schofield. That's probably one of the best parallel park jobs I think I've ever seen here at Eldora. He just literally snuck it right in the most perfect spot I think I've ever seen. If you don't believe me, watch this. Take a look at it. This is how tight he's got to get into that spot, man. Watch this. Unfortunately, him and Trumbley, though, in the 34 are getting connected in, so that will send him back to the outhouse a little bit. Trumbley doing a good job saving it. Not so much for Schofield. Unless you count that parallel park job. Look at that. He barely touched the water tower there, man. He barely got any of them. It's one thing you don't want to do is catch those water cones there. Those barrels are a danger to humanity and a danger to yourself. And people say the tractor infield tires are bad enough. Nope. They must never have hit one of those things. Well, while we're getting settled back down to get to the action here once more, let's take a look at our race standings throughout the season so far. Here's how we played into tonight. Once again, Aaron Smith, pretty much a lock to set this one in. The rest of the top 10, we're kind of in that same boat. Here's where things get interesting, though. Top 15. Remember, only 15 advance in the next season. Cook Quick is out of this one. Is not out of this one either. It's Kyle Pengraf. But in order to really survive and conquer, they're going to have to do a little bit more than what they're doing right now. And right now, in my opinion, they're not putting nearly as much power and momentum into this track and into this race like they should. It's going to be interesting to see if they can get it dialed in the later half. Matthew Cobb kind of out of this one here right now as we currently file him back up for the green flag restart here. Aaron Smith throws what I like to call a slider from the bottom to the top side. The 70 has the race lead. Jesse King trying to get back underneath him, though, looking for the ultimate slider as well. Remember, the stage about to come in. Stage points going to be a very crucial factor. Aaron Smith knows if he can get some points in here, he will have himself this season locked up. He's got a little bit of a war down there with Kevin McCann. He's not exactly out of the woods yet, neither with Medford as well. And Jared Widener, man, I don't know what this guy has right now, but he just seems to dial this thing on the bottom end. Better than I think any of the other guys are right now. Neil Quick trying to keep up the pace, keep up the distance. He's also charging hard. Every driver for themselves, nobody giving an inch here out of the corners and in the panels still. Your race leader, Aaron Smith, pretty much starting to run away from them, trying to give himself a little bit of breathing room to do whatever he feels like while the top three have a little bit of a battle on their hands. Winder from the top to the bottom, back to the bottom to the top. And now Quick and McCann now all charging in. It's going to be a four-truck battle for the top three. Almost three wide salute in turn 2 coming up. Yellow flag back out. Stage brake engaged. And Kyle Pengraff deciding to spin it on out a little bit anyway before we went to our stage break. Talk about a wild little frenetic pace here. Every driver for themselves, really, to say the least. Nobody, I mean nobody, has been getting it any easier or getting it off any better. In my opinion, they've all just been pretty much stay focused and stay on the scheme. And again, you can go in and get your truck fixed up a little bit, but again, it's not much you can do with them out there. You really are kind of at the mercy of the track and how you damage them up. So Jesse King having to go to the back, Aaron Smith will go to the back. Remember, the top 3 get points, and they must go to the back to start from the outhouse and work their way back into the White House. So, long story short, best of luck there. Well, back onto the field and back to the action now. From the stage breaks to the green flag, we charge them up, and the Up Quick will be the man to beat. Last minute hopes, last minute opportunities coming their way here. It's going to be do or die time for some of these drivers here. Unfortunately, number 96. Trouble down there from Trumbley. And I gotta say real quick, earlier on, I gotta apologize to Doug Wysocki. I said he was a 34. He is not. He's actually Trumbley. The 96, 34 was Wysocki. So I apologize in advance, but actually a little bit of trouble there for Eric Dodson and Aaron Smith kind of getting into it there. Field slowing down once more here. We're gonna strap them back down and get them figured out again. Not a whole lot of troubles there for some of these guys and gals. Them just trying to keep everything figured out and keeping them under control. That's the hard part about hammering away with these things. It's just it can get very tedious and very hard to hold on, especially when you're working your wrist and your hands in there, man. These drivers, I'm telling you, they have got a lot on their minds. With not just possibly sliders getting thrown at them, but also just the fact that they're bumping and banging and destroying their pieces of equipment. As hard as they are, you can see some of the damage these things take on a daily basis. It ain't just Knoxville Raceway that you saw the damage. The first race they ever had, Eldora, it was a complete massacre of drivers getting all into it and crazy. So just be warned, you know, you can still have a lot of good runs and a lot of good racing, but you best be very, very careful on how you handle it. Here we go now, off the start, back onto the track here, and once again, Neil Quick has the advantage here as Kevin McCann and Brian McCann sneak their way around. Whoa, 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 we got a pile up though, coming out turn 1. Major pile up, holy smokes. Good Lord, Cook Quick involved in that one, a lot of guys involved in this one. What on earth happened here? Things got a little bit crazy, I guess, a little bit wild out the start. He couldn't quite keep them in line, keep them at bay. Taking a look at it from another angle. Oh, that didn't even get off the line here. You saw Dodson in the 4, Mike Harper getting into it. Mike Harger, unfortunately. Yeah, right there, man. Everybody just getting kind of caught in the mix of it, nowhere to go, and everybody just kind of caught in the mist. So Harper and Dodson kind of slowing everybody off, and everybody trying to swerve or avoid trouble, and instead, what do? They found themselves in trouble. There's not much you can do about that. All right, now we will get this one fielded back into position here. So now, once more, we're just going to bring our drivers back onto the gauge, back onto the start, and we are off and running once more again. Time is elapsing, still with only 12 laps to go. You wonder how much more will it take before these drivers get a little bit more intervention, a little bit more focused on trying to clear the green flag run. Remember, the short run, this point, you might as well just go for broke, go for it all. Kevin McCann seems to be doing just that here. And the Holler boys be hollering again because the 15 of Vincent Short is right there with them. He's coming up quick with them. Neil Quick, Kevin McCann, Brian McCann, Vincent Short, Brandon Medford, top 5 in this one at the moment. Every driver looking to possibly steer the wave and change to their route. Not a lot of time left to go here before they just get to the very end of this all. You can see how much Brandon Medford is swinging that thing straight right, trying to keep the truck online. He is doing a great job holding it down. But Neil Quick has pretty much just bolts into speed and just starts to run his track in. He is not going to give an inch here. Unfortunately for him, though, that's not going to give him much of a chance when you got cautions coming out here. Jesse King, Kyle Pengraff, Jared Weiner, and looks like Mike Harper are all involved in this one. Another trip to the victory lane PTM instant replay. What did I say victory lane for? I haven't had nearly as many broadcasts, and all of a sudden I think I've lost my touch, guys. I don't know what's going on. Well, here's what happened down there. Brandon Medford, the 83, got into the old 15 a bit too short, and everybody else got sent to the upper room. Wasn't a lot of areas to avoid or dodge, and unfortunately, to get out of that mess, you gotta find a way to get out of Dodge in that case. Like you can tell, they definitely don't want to wait too long. They want to get this thing filed back into position. Here we go once more. Go time at Eldora. One more time. Hopefully we can get this one fielded in with the final 5 laps. And with the final 5, we see that 5. Chris Wally, 5 wide salute, swings up right into the pack here. Everybody looking for a charge, looking for a run. There is no left. There's nothing left to lose and everything to gain. They are all going for broke here. Oh, now Aaron Smith clobbered and spun hard. The 83 getting into him. Woo! He went for a right and a half there, and man, that's not what you want to see with the slap count where it's at the moment. This is definitely starting to get more and more into the favor, I feel, for possibly it being a close corner in at 5 by 250, only a 4 wide coming in turn 3 and 4, so I apologize, but here's what happened here at Brandon Medford and Aaron Smith. Brandon just got a little throttle once again, swings it straight right and left, couldn't keep it down, and Smith, well, he ends up getting the short end of the stick there and gets caught off guard by a whole lot of means necessary. And now, this is where you really got to watch your starts. Let's just say that. Neil Quick, the number 2. The driver has been known to put the R&R Racewear machine up in that top spot on asphalts and even on the dirt surface. Now has a good chance on taking home another win this season and another victory. But to do so, he has to find a way to hold back the fast-paced, all-out boys of Kevin and Brian McCann. And take a look at this, David Trumbull, the 96. Good to see him finally back up in the front. He's got a fight and coming up his way. And Chris Wally still winless this season, but has got a season championship to his name from his first season out. Will he finally get this one dialed in and win it here? They will reel him around at a turn 2, this time by to the back straightaway. We are set to take part in another strong, hard run to the end. Which of these drivers will succeed and which of these will get sent to the shadow realm? Under the night skies we go, from the lights to the sights and the sounds of the sword. We are back, underway, green flag, green, white checkered. And look at Kevin McCann just sent it straight from the bottom to the top side, trying to get around Neil. The number 2 saw him coming. He knew he was right there. Brian McCann starting to come in a little bit. Eric Thompson starting to throttle his way. He just pounded the throttle down. 4 wide salute. Oh no. Crashing hard there at turn 1 and 2. Leading him down into the field though. Out of turn 3. Down at turn 4. Neil Quick will hold off a hard charge from David Trumbull and Kevin McCann to win at Eldora. What a race. Woo boy, that one got a little wild, but that's what you call hard racing to the end and a big showing for the number 2 machine of Neil Quick. And Quick certainly was the one that was quick and ended up pulling up another W here on PTM Racing TV. He ends up getting a big victory in that Ford F-150 machine. Good showing from him and a great driving ability to hold down the likes of the hard charge of the night, David Trumbull. Impressive stuff and absolutely crazy finishes. I'm not sure if he's going to actually try and pull a little, yeah, he's going for it. There it is. I guess you could get a burnout here on the front stretch. Why not? Celebrate it out, my friends. Celebrate it off. Race results now popping up on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Presented by Spartan Logistic Management LLC. Here is your top 18 tonight. Neil Quick, absolutely strong performance, wins the stage in the first one, and then gets a nice victory to put a little bow on the cap of that. Second going to David Trumbull, Kevin McCann. Third, fourth to Brian McCann. Fifth to Jared Widener. Sixth to Chris Wally. Seventh to Aaron Smith. Eighth to Jesse King. Ninth to Vincent Short. 10th to Mike Harper. 11th to Brandon Medford. 12th to Doug Wysocki. 13th to Chris Medford. 14th to Eric Dotson. 15th to Cook Quick. 16th to Kyle Pencraft. 17th to Dakota Clark. And 18th going to Tim Schofield. Rounds out your field there for your top 3. Let's now bring it down. Talk with the top 3 drivers here tonight. And what can be best described as an all-out warfare here at Eldora. R33, Kevin McCann joins me here now, and Kevin, I know probably it wasn't quite the race you were hoping for at the end, but it looked like you threw a few more haymakers to try to catch them. What had transpired down there, buddy?
Yeah, that's I'm happy with third. To be honest, that's not my strong suit here on the dirt, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, I thought I could, if I could get the start right there, I might could cut under him on the exit of two and throw a slide job into three, but Neil was just super quick up top. I couldn't run that top line like that. And then David Trombley, I have no idea what happened to him. He just came out of nowhere and steamed around me around the outside there. So good finish for him coming home second there.
Yeah, he was. He kind of just snuck right by y'all and just kind of took it away from you there at the very end. What? Really, was there anything you could have done to try to hold him back, or you think he just kind of figured out how to run it a little bit harder than everyone else tonight?
The top line was quicker. So once you got up there and you could hook it and get it right, that's what you saw. It's unfortunately it's really hard to do that consistently without tearing up the right side of your car. He got it right there that last lap. I could have went high and stayed up there, but I just thought the safer option was take the low line, just not to mess up a good finish there.
Certainly there, certainly there indeed, my friend. But nevertheless, another strong showing here for you, Kevin, and your McCann family and friends. I got to ask you, as you bring the Kevin McCann Gaming 33 into top three tonight, who do you want to thank you for this one?
Well, shout out to Neil. I think this is his first win tonight. He definitely deserved it. He's been up front a lot here in the past couple seasons. Just hasn't worked out for him. So congratulations to him, and shout out to Trombley on a good finish there, coming home second, and shout out to Chris Wally for putting on the league and all the sponsors. Brian Reek, Spartan Logistics, and R&R Racewear.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Kevin, appreciate your time here tonight, sir. Congratulations once again on a third place finish, and hope to see you out very soon, my friend.
Yep, thanks.
Kevin McCann coming away at third place finish here tonight. David Trombley coming away here tonight with the second place finish. A shock of all shockers. Nobody, I think, was expecting him, but just goes to show you here in racing, anything can happen. But we are now joined in by our race winner here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Quick now joins me in real quick as Neil, we currently get our bearings situated and you get yourself kind of situated down here in Victory Lane. I got to ask you, man, that was a lot of hard racing, a lot of hard charging. You had to work your way hard from the back just to even stay in with this field here. What was going through your mind there at times, bud?
Man, it was a battle. It's every corner you got to hit your marks, the right spot. Kind of like Kevin said in his interview, it's real easy to get in trouble here, or especially with the fast line being up against the wall. You kind of get sucked in. If you get the right rear end there, you just have to be able to hit that fine line and carry your momentum and speed. And really worked good at the beginning of the race. Kind of staying out front, and then after the stage win, getting put back in the back, I was kind of surprised how well the middle was working for me. So it kind of got me back up to where I needed to, and those last restarts there, that last stage was pretty hairy. It was good racing with Kevin and doing everything I could to stay off of him and still have a good race there.
For sure there, but I mean, man, you had pretty much kind of got that outside line kind of figured out and dialed in more than anybody else was. I know some folks were trying to get the bottom figured in a little more. Do you think really it was just the outside was the way to go the entire time, or what would you say there?
No, I think a little bit in the middle of the race it shaped up where you could use the bottom. I know on a couple of the restarts going into 1 and 2 was able to hit the bottom pretty good and make up some ground and pick up a few spots and be where I needed to be. And like I said, in the middle, I kind of was getting it to work in the middle. Just a fine line of making sure where you are with your throttle and not spinning the tires and getting that forward bite up off the corners.
Absolutely indeed there, but nevertheless, man, you were able to put this one into victory lane. The R&R Racewear number 2 looking pretty solidly here tonight in that F-150. Who do you want to thank you for tonight, Eldora?
I'd like to thank all the guys I race with. I know it's this is my second year and it's been tough. This is a first win and hope to get a couple more of these strung together. But all the guys I race with, Chris Wally, Brian Reek, Spartan Logistics for sponsorship and helping out. You guys with the broadcast, you guys do a great job every week, and especially my family letting me have the time to go do this.
I appreciate your time here tonight, Neil. Quick, congratulations once again on a race victory here tonight, sir, and we certainly hope to see you here once more when the green light flies on PTM Racing TV.
Appreciate it, guys. Look forward to it, and see you guys in a week.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight at Eldora, Neil Quick, the number 2. And now that will send us out for, well, really our number 2 broadcast this week. It's kind of crazy. I thought we had more by now, but nevertheless, here we do want to say thank you in large part to our good friends over at Spartan Logistics Management, LLC, our good friends over at R&R Racewear, by Loud Pedal Gaming, iRacers Lounge Podcast, and of course, evidence-based bombing. We can't thank you all enough for your support, as well as the fans at home for everything. From all of us here at PTM Racing TV, we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in each and every time out. We certainly hope to see more of you and more on the track as we get ready to continue to thrive out the season. We only have one more broadcast this week on Saturday, and then Sunday we will be back, of course, with one last showing from Xfinity, and as well as a very special race in Suicide Prevention Month. So be very well aware of that. But this next one coming up here, very special race, but it will not be on iRacing. No, we will. You'll be hearing the old school Mike and myself on the headset. We're going down to the PS4. We're going to be using the NASCAR Heat 5. So be well aware of that. That's a patriotic race for our 9/11 support. So we will be broadcasting that up only on YouTube. You will not find it on Facebook. So like and follow up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, but also subscribe to catch that race on Saturday night. You will not want to miss it. It's at Iowa Speedway, my home track, and a place that I don't think could have been called for anything better. So I'll stop bantering right now, but just follow us on Twitter. You'll hear more information about it. Thank you again to everybody for coming on board here tonight. And from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, please be safe. God bless. I love you guys. I'll see you when the green flag is flying high.